Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kez and this is Let's Try On Some More Wigs evening edition, which is why I'm in my PJs. And I've got this fantastic headband that I got from VE Cosmetics in the Halloween limited edition mystery box. So let's get on to trying on some wigs. So this is continuing off from the ones that I was doing the other day. We've already been through all of the monofilament ones that I've got. I've also taken you through a couple of tubs that I've got with the coloured wigs in and the occasional uncoloured one. These ones that I'm getting to now are more plain ones, so sort of your blondes, your browns and that kind of thing. I'm sure there'll be colour splashed in there somewhere. But a lot of these are sort of hair cube whips and things like that. This first one is a blonde lace front. It's very similar to one that I shown the other day, but I think it's a bit more yellow than the other one that I shown you. The other one was a slightly lighter blonde. It's got a really nice lace front to it. It is a little dark in the lace, but it's workable because I've got dark roots, so you could always hide it that way. This is a hair cube one, I believe, and it has got lace and the clips that go all the way around to the ear. That one I will be keeping. As I'm going through the video, I am finding some of them are the same or very similar, so I will be then reassessing them and possibly cutting down on them a little bit further. But this is just the first wave of sorting through and deciding what to keep and what to get rid of. Okay, now this one is another Kesh wig. This doesn't have a lace front. This is one with just a normal cap, but it does look incredible. There's two of these and they're very similar. This one has got brown roots and goes into a balayage blonde. I'm going to show you this one first. This one has some crazy big hair to it, but it's really pretty. So you've got the long blonde there, and with this you can sort of play with it a little to get it how you want it. You can flip it over if you want. There's room to be able to do that with it. But it's a beautiful style. It's one of the most popular ones I think on the website, and it was going in and out of stock all of the time. But it's really pretty. And as I say, there's a lot you can do with this wig in terms of playing with it, wearing it up, that kind of thing. But it's definitely one of my keep ones. I do find when you first put it on, it's absolutely crazy. It's a whoosh big, but with a little bit of brushing, and I would advise you just finger comb it just to keep the curls nice, because if you did it with a brush you'd pull all those lovely curls out, whereas if you just separate them with your fingers it just creates beautiful texture. So yeah, that's a keep. Just a reminder, the names of the wigs can be found on my Instagram page, which is @fortheloveofwigs. Looking at this one, I believe it's another hair cube wig or similar. There's a few that are similar, like Blonde Unicorn Storm and Hair Cube and similar places like that that do wigs in very similar styles, but I think this one might have been Hair Cube. This is another fringe wig, but this is one of the ones that is supposed to look more realistic. So no lace on this one, but there is a fringe. Now, you know, as I've said before, that I don't usually like the fringe ones, but this one is actually quite nice. So it's got the blonde balayage in, and I love the fact that it's got these real lighter pieces at the front here. It's really pretty. And the fringe is quite natural on it. I've left it deliberately longer because I think it does look that slightly bit better. I think if I cut into it, and it would look too fake. But I think that's a really pretty wig. So that's a keep. This is another one from Lush Wigs. This is another one of their lace front. I've just got mine in a bubble at the moment just to keep it nice in the bag. This one is called Bunny. I do remember the name of this one. It does have the lace that goes all the way around on it, on the cap, so it goes ear to ear. This one has got very slight shaded roots, and then it goes into blonde. I usually don't like blonde that's this light, but because it has the shadowed root there, it looks really nice. The only thing I don't like is just here, you can see a little bit of the machining. So you do have to make sure that that's covered with the hair. But other than that, it's really pretty. These side bits weren't here. I've actually put those in myself, because I find that if a wig is all one length, it doesn't look as natural. So I think that's quite pretty if you just want to be very blonde. So that's a keep. Now I've got a red one here, an Ultra one. I don't know whether it's pronounced Ultra or Ultra. Outer, I'm not sure. But it's a dark rooted lace front that fades into like a wine burgundy red. It has got lace all the way round to the ears, but it is that harder lace. So I've just put a little bit of scar tape on there just so that it doesn't catch my skin. So in a moment I go from blonde to brunette to red. This is a really nice quality one. The hairline's really good on it. It looks like proper scalp. The waves are very natural and the blend is really good as well. So again, that is a keep. This one that I got is a pure orange wig. It is lace front. I don't know the brand unfortunately, but it's got really nice quality lace that goes ear to ear on it. And it's a really nice bright copper colour. Now when I first got this wig, the person I bought it from had got all these bits here stuck down, so they were all stuck at the front, but I straightened it and removed all of those little bits. The only problem with it a little bit is because the hairline is it's ginger lace, it's hard to blend a little bit, so you do have to put a bit of foundation on there so it looks a bit more natural. But I love the colour, I really like the style, and I like being red, so that's a keep. This is one of the more expensive wig brands out there. This is from a company called ZL. It has got really good lace and it is a nice quality synthetic wig. But you can see it's quite nice. It's a lovely lace front. It's got these little side pieces as well that I cut in to make it look a bit more natural. And it's got a nice root to fade into like a lighter blonde. So that's a keep. This next one is a sleek spotlight wig from the Spotlight collection, and this is the card on it. It says it's 100% superior synthetic hair with deep lace parting and baby hair, and 100% tongable fibre with realistic parting. This is the style Donna and it's in the colour T6. So we've got brown and wavy. Now it is lace, but the lace only goes on the actual part, it doesn't go all the way round. I've used good quality on the parting, and you can see it does have all these little baby hairs around the edge that it came with to make it look more realistic. And it's a really nice sort of light brown. Love the waves on it, it's really pretty. It's like a water wave wig, so that's definitely a keep. The part does look quite realistic considering that it's not got lace all the way back. Or Ultra, I don't know how it's pronounced, wig. This is in the style Delenia. These ones do come with a strap as well to keep them in place, and it has got the lace part as well. The lace is actually just on the parting bit though, it isn't all the way around, but it is what they call a deep part. It goes quite far back. You can choose to put this strap on, or you can choose to remove it if you wanted to. The idea of it is that it keeps the wig more secure, so that you don't have to worry about it falling off if it's windy. Now this, when I got it, was slightly wavier, but I have slackened off the waves a little. I've just ran the straighteners through it so it's not quite as wavy as it was. It's because I found it was a little bit too big. It's big hair. So I've just played with it a little bit and got it a little bit more to my taste. Again, I could completely straighten it if I wanted to, or I could add more curls in, because you can actually curl or wave it. I really like that. It's nice and short. It's an easy to throw on style. I know it's going to stay secure all day, and I can just let it hang without doing much to it. This one is a blonde wavy lace front that I got. It is ear to ear lace, so it's good quality lace. I don't actually know what the brand is. I have a sneaking feeling that it might be Webster because it's got a big cap, but I'm not 100% because I got it from somewhere else. But that's just like a honey shade. and it's got subtle waves in it. It was a little bit more wavy when I got it, but a lot of the waves have dropped now. I'm hoping when I give it a wash that they'll go back in, otherwise I'll have to re-wave it myself. But again, it's a nice length, I can just throw it on and go. Another sleek one. Again, it's just got the deep part. Doesn't have, this one actually has got lace all the way around as well. So this is a slightly better quality one. This one has got highlights all the way through it, but it looked really stripy at the root. So I've just put a little bit of dark root spray on there just to blend it in better, which does wash out. But it does make it look more natural when it's on, because when it had the harsh line there, it just didn't look right. It stood out like a wig really easily. Now, this is one of the few poker straight ones that I've got. I do like it because it is nice and straight, and sometimes I just want a sleeker style. Sleek. Keep. Now this shine lace front here is the closest I've got to what my actual hair is like when it's its normal colour. The lace does go ear to ear on this one, so it's a nice cap, and it's straight and brown, which is how my hair is naturally. This has got a little bit of a darker root into a lighter brown, and my hair is usually all one shade, but other than that it's quite similar to how I would wear it and what my actual hair is like. So that's definitely a keep because it's one of my favourites. This one I got from Amazon. It's lace all the way round, ear to ear, and it's a dark chocolate brown with waves in it. I originally bought it because I was doing a Yennefer costume from The Witcher, but I sort of fell in love with it. And it's really nice, light wig. Doesn't feel too heavy, doesn't look too fake. It's an easy style to just put on and go. So I really like that one, so keep. And this is one that I got off AliExpress. It's a little bit similar to the Kesh one that I had. It's got dark roots and a light blonde. But when I first got this one, it was really long, and I decided to trim it. So I've cut it so that it's this length, so that I've got an easy throw on, short wavy style. I wanted one that had that little bit of extra hair, but I didn't want it to be out here. It's not lace front, but it is a fairly nice quality one. This is a charisma wig, which is one of the sellers that's regular on Amazon. And this is a very dark blonde, almost brown, and it's got darker roots, and it's got the lace from ear to ear as well. In some lights it looks lighter than others, in other ones it looks darker, but I really like this one. On the downside, I've not found any to sell yet. This is another Lush Wigs lace front, and this one is called Honey. It's dark roots into a honey blonde. It does have like a drag root through it, so that the roots are quite long. This one's perfect for doing Tiffany, which is the bride of Chucky's wife. And it's great because it's just straight blonde, bleach look. It's one of the few yellower wigs that I like. I don't usually like the yellow blonde, but I think because the roots are so long on it, it's really good for that sort of thing, for costumes. Now I've got another lace hair cube one here. This is a longer style. It's got the shadow root again, so almost like a brownie root. And this is just long and straight. It's just a really easy style to just pop on. And I love going out in this because I feel quite pretty. So that's a keep. I don't actually remember where this one came from at all. It is a lace front, and it is an ear to ear. It's a very yellow blonde, which I wouldn't usually go for with waves. I think the reason I bought it was for doing Sarah Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. I like the fact you can see your roots through it. I think it makes it look more natural. I And weirdly enough, for a yellower blonde, I do actually like it. I think it's a mix of shades because there are yellower bits in it, but I can also see lighter blonde through it as well. But it is perfect for what I wanted it for, and it is quite a nice wig. I will probably do the costume again, so I will keep that. This is another one from Wig Warehouse. This is very similar to the other beehive one that I had. Again, it's not lace front, but this one is a slightly different style. While the other one was more poofy out here, this one is more flat to the head but still quite high. I originally got this to do a cosplay for Sandy, who is the main character, or one of the main characters in Last Night in Soho. But I actually really like it, and I like the whole 60s vibe going with it. So I quite like walking around in that one, which is why it's a keep. So when I want to get back to doing my 60s looks, that's a great wig to use for that. This is another Lush wig. This one is called Hinode. It is a darker root that fades into like a ginger wave. This one has a fringe, so it's not a lace front. I've cut the fringe on this one, so it's very much like a little micro fringe. So by doing that, it just allows me to brush it over to one side for a more simple look. But she's pretty, so that is a keep. Another brown lace front. This one, I don't know who it's from or who it's by. I did find that it was cut quite close to the lace. So you have to be careful, because otherwise you can see this all here, which doesn't look nice. So what I usually do is I just tuck that under like that and grip it, and then you can't see. And then it looks absolutely fine. I don't think I'd be able to sell this one on because of the state of the cap. But I quite like it anyway, so I wouldn't want to. This is the other one that I got from Castaway Wigs. Instead of being the smoky blonde, this one's got a peach tint to it, very much like the Webster Wigs one. In fact, they are very similar wigs. You get a lot of hair on this wig. It's really thick because it's such nice quality. But it can be a tad heavy because of all the hair, but it's really pretty. It's an easy one, as in you can just throw it on and go. I thought about thinning it out, but it's just too pretty to do that. So I just leave it as it is. You can just about in some light see that peach tint to it. It's very slight. I don't remember the shade, but I think it's up on my Instagram somewhere. This is another Kesh Wigs, and this is the only headband wig that I own now. Generally, I'm not keen on headband wigs, but I love this wig. What I'm hoping to do is buy one that's similar on the site without the headband, and then I'll get rid of this one. Because as much as I love the style, I just don't think headbands suit me at all. You can't really tuck it in because otherwise it shows. And so the only thing you can do is wear it with the headband. But they just don't sit right on my head, and they don't look right on me because they have to be sort of pushed up like that. Very sort of 80s hairdo. I can just see myself going and doing aerobics in it. But I love the wig and I love the colour and the waves, so I'll keep it for now, but I am hoping to get a non-headband version. But the wig is amazing quality, I can't fault it. It's just my personal preference is that headbands don't suit me. This is the one that I call my Sabrina wig. It's a lace front, and the lace does go all the way round on this one. I've no clue where it came from because the original owner didn't know. I got it for doing a Sabrina Spellman cosplay, but I really liked the style. It's like a very white blonde. It does look better with a lighter cap underneath it, to be honest. And this one has been curled so many times to get that really nice Marilyn retro curl to it. It has dropped again, so if I wore it I would need to recurl it. I've tried it straight, but I don't like it straight. It's definitely one that suits curls better, but when they're done properly. But this one does take a lot of maintaining because the curls drop out quite easily, but it's still one that I keep. The last one is the other one from Kesh. It's very similar to the other one, but it's got darker roots, so it's got like a more purple root instead. It's a bit similar to the one that I cut short. So now I have it in a longer style as well. It's very big hair. It's a loud, I'm proud, I'm here wig. But it's really pretty and I really like it. So that is a keep. So on this video, we've not found any wigs to get rid of, unfortunately. But I hope that you've still enjoyed having a look through them. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can see the other ones. I have another like little square footstool thing full of them, and I've got one that's double that length with them as well, and then I've got a few odd ones lying around, and so there's plenty more to see and hopefully plenty more to get rid of, maybe. But I hope you've enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon.